30 days, no sugar, glow-up energy, flat belly, clear skin. That's the promise all over social media. And if you're wondering what would actually happen to your body if you tried it, you're not alone. Here's the honest version up front. Cutting added sugar for a month can change how you eat, how you feel, and maybe the number on the scale. It is not a guaranteed full-body reset. And no sugar does not mean banning fruit, milk, or beans. Let's walk through what research and public health guidance actually support, week by week. Hey, welcome to Evidence Health USA, where we trade health hype for what the evidence actually says. Today, what added sugar means on a food label, how much Americans actually eat, what the first week might feel like, what might change by day 30, and what probably won't, plus how to do this without turning it into a crash diet. Quick disclaimer, this video is education only. It is not personalized medical advice. If you have diabetes, an eating disorder, you're pregnant, or you take medications that affect blood sugar, talk with your clinician before making big changes. First, definitions, because most 30-day no-sugar posts blur them on purpose. Added sugars are sugars and syrups put into food or drinks during processing or at your table. Soda, candy, many cereals, flavored yogurt, ketchup, sweet coffee drinks. In the US, the Nutrition Facts label now lists added sugars separately from total sugars. That daily value, 50 grams on a 2,000-calorie diet, matches the dietary guidelines for Americans. Keep added sugars below 10% of your calories. On 2,000 calories, that's about 200 calories, roughly 12 teaspoons. The World Health Organization talks about free sugars, a slightly broader bucket that includes honey, syrups, and fruit juice concentrates. Their strong recommendation is also under 10% of energy, with a conditional target under 5%, about 6 teaspoons a day for additional benefit. Notice what's not on the cut this out list: the natural sugar in an apple, berries, carrots, or the lactose in milk. Guidelines want you eating vegetables, fruit, whole grains, and pulses, not fearing every gram of carbohydrate. So when this video says quit sugar for 30 days, we mean added sugar, the stuff you can track on labels, not, a war on oatmeal. According to CDC data from National Nutrition Surveys, adults in the US average about 17 teaspoons of added sugar per day, men closer to 19, women closer to 15. That's well above the 10% guideline for most people. Where does it hide? Analyses of the same survey data point to sweetened drinks, sweet bakery like cookies and pastries, candy, and sugary snacks, often during between-meal snacking, not just dessert after dinner. So a 30-day challenge isn't random marketing magic. It's long enough to break a daily soda habit, survive a couple of weekends, and notice whether your appetite feels different. Major guidelines, though, care about what you do for years, not just 1 month. Let's talk about the first 7 to 10 days, because that's when social posts scream sugar withdrawal. Some people do feel cravings, headaches, irritability, or a flat mood when they cut sweet foods suddenly, especially if they were heavy on soda and snacks. A recent study using phone check-ins with adults trying to quit free sugars found cravings and low energy among the most common complaints in the first couple of weeks. But here's the nuance. This is not the same as a medically defined drug withdrawal. Sugar is not classified like alcohol or opioids in diagnostic manuals. Symptom studies are mostly small or short, often 1 to 2 weeks of tracking, and people vary a lot. Some feel fine by day 4. Others miss dessert at a birthday party, and that's it. If you feel shaky, dizzy, or confused, that can be low blood sugar in people with diabetes or on certain meds. That's a get medical help situation, not a push through the detox moment. Practical week 1 moves that align with evidence-based nutrition advice: eat regular meals, add protein and fiber, drink water, and don't white-knuckle through hunger by eating nothing. That backfires. Now the question behind most clicks: will I lose weight? A well-known meta-analysis in the BMJ pooled randomized trials where people reduced dietary sugars while eating freely, not locked in a hospital kitchen. Average result, about 0.8 kilograms lost, roughly 1.5 to 2 pounds, compared with people who didn't cut sugar. That's real, but modest. And the same research found something that busts miracle claims. When studies replaced sugar with other carbohydrates while keeping calories equal, weight did not change. The authors concluded that sugar affects body weight mainly through total energy intake, calories, not because sugar has a unique fat-storing spell. Translation for your 30 days. If you quit soda but replace those calories with extra cheese, crackers, or sugar-free ultra-processed snacks, the scale may barely move. If you drop 400 calories of sugary drinks and don't compensate, many people do see a small drop, but individual results vary. Energy is similar. Some people feel more stable without blood sugar spikes from sweet drinks and pastries. Others feel fine either way. Randomized trials that added large amounts of sugar for 4 weeks often found no major mood crash in healthy women. So the sugar makes everyone depressed line is, overstated too. One more honest study worth knowing. When adults switched to sugar-reduced packaged foods for 8 weeks, their sugar intake fell, but body weight stayed about the same because they ate more of other foods. Your brain is good at compensating. What about triglycerides, blood pressure, or inflammation? A meta-analysis of randomized trials found that higher sugar intakes were linked with higher triglycerides and higher LDL cholesterol in the short run. Blood pressure differences showed up more clearly in trials lasting at least 8 weeks, not always in quick challenges. So 30 days might start moving labs if you truly cut a lot of added sugar and you were overdoing it before. But 1 month is an early snapshot, not a treatment plan. Skin changes, if they happen, are anecdotal. Acne is multifactorial. Long-term, an umbrella review in the BMJ summarized dozens of meta-analyses connecting high sugar intake, especially sugar-sweetened beverages, with many adverse health outcomes. That's why guidelines push down added sugar over years. It does not mean 30 days reverses chronic disease. If you want a useful month, not a miserable one, here's an evidence-aligned path. 1. Pick a clear target. Added sugars under 10% of calories, or a simpler rule like no sugar-sweetened beverages plus dessert only on weekends. Read labels. Includes X grams. Added sugars is your friend. 2. Don't quit fruit, beans, or whole grains to go sugar-free. That fights the dietary guidelines and WHO carbohydrate quality advice. 3. Swap. Don't just subtract. Water or unsweetened tea instead of soda. Greek yogurt with berries instead of candy. Nuts or hummus instead of office cookies. 4. Track how you feel and what you eat, not just a scale. Sleep, stress, and movement matter too. 5. If you have diabetes, prediabetes, or history of disordered eating, get professional guidance. Aggressive restriction can harm more than help. And when day 30 ends, the research-backed win is keeping the easy swaps, especially cutting liquid sugar, not bouncing back to 17 teaspoons a day. 3 takeaways. 1. No sugar for 30 days should mean added sugar, not fruit or whole food carbs. 2. Week 1 may bring cravings or low energy for some people, but there's no universal detox timeline, and weight change depends mostly on calories, not sugar alone. 3. Public health guidance is about long-term lower added sugar, under 10% of calories, ideally closer to 5, for heart, weight, and dental health over years. 30 days is a habit rehearsal, not a miracle cure. If this helped, subscribe to Evidence Health USA. We publish evidence-led health videos every week. Comment below, what's your hardest added sugar habit? Soda, coffee drinks, or nighttime snacking? That tells us what to cover next. Thanks for watching, and for choosing clarity over hype.